the Wyvern. The Wyvern is the next vehicle from my original universe that I have built out of Lego. The Wyvern was built by Joshua Tebbett, a brilliant inventor and time traveler. He has a rather eccentric personality and is a big fan of pop culture, hence why the Wyvern looks so much like the jungle explorers from Jurassic Park. The Wyvern is a hover car that can transform into a mech suit. Now, as a disclaimer, the actual Lego build cannot transform. I'm pretty good at making things, at making mocks, but I'm not that good. I do want to make a transformer one day, but it looks really hard. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out one day, just not today. But yeah, the actual drawing I did for, when I designed this vehicle, it doesn't have any of the Jurassic Park logos. I didn't want to make it like too direct. It's not even the same shape as the actual Jungle Explorer, just has the same patterns minus the Jurassic Park logos. But for the build here, obviously I do have the logos, mostly because I was using pieces from the that UCS Jurassic Park set with the T-Rex breakout. I got it a while ago. It's a really great set. Eventually, it took up quite a bit of space, and I wanted to use some of the pieces. I preserved the one Jungle Explorer and the T-Rex because those are really cool builds. But like the destroyed Jungle Explorer, I used those pieces for this build. And I don't know, I think that makes it look really cool. Yeah, so let's build it now.